Hey guys, welcome to GCT, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today's video is Sussy Sunday, where we try and find the truth. Suspected my roommate, 35 male, was going into my 30 female room, and he was, to steal my effing panties! Today's story comes from the BestofRedditorUpdates subreddit, posted by effing panty thief. My suspicion started because about a month ago, he texted me at night, asking if the upstairs neighbours were being loud in my room. I texted back saying, no, I'm at a friend's house tonight, and I won't be back until 2 or 3 PM tomorrow. I left said friend's house early the next morning, and went into my room and mucked around on my computer. Dude just effing opened the door and tried to walk in at 7:30 AM. I said, excuse me? Very aggressively. He came back with 2 conflicting statements when pressed. Sorry, I thought I knocked, which, F you, I didn't open the door or invite you in, so what the F? Followed by, I thought it was my room, which, why the F would you knock to go into your own room? Also, we're on opposite sides of the hallway. It made me feel weird, and I told my boyfriend about it, who bought me a webcam. The very next day, following the installation, this guy goes into my effing room while I'm at therapy and pets my cats. Alright? That's a little weird that you didn't ask beforehand, but okay. It's like a 1.5 out of 10 on the creepy scale compared to what I thought was happening. My cats can't leave my room as my other roommate, 60 male, has a cat with free reign of the apartment. His cat attacks my cats, so they're unfortunately confined to my room. You can come into my room to pet my cats. That's fine, I guess. Why not just say that when you tried to come in the other day then? Nothing happened for weeks, until yesterday. Yesterday was a fairly light day. I didn't even have to go to campus, so I just went to the gym. While at the gym, I got an activity detected notification. Since the last time I saw him in my room to pet my cats, every activity detected notification has been one of the furballs on my desk. Nope, it's him, entering my room, not even looking all the way around before he sticks his hand into my hamper and digs around for a minute. Then he immediately goes to my clean underwear drawer. When he's done there, he makes a beeline for my nightstand, where I keep my very expensive lingerie, as well as all of my sex toys. He very clearly knows where all my things are. I'm watching this live at the gym, and I'm effing livid. After he leaves my room, I re-watched the clips and noticed that he put something back into my hamper on entry. He enters the room with something, folded fabric, in his hands and goes to my hamper, and then when he's done with the hamper, there's nothing in his hands anymore. So, he's just been borrowing or stealing my underwear. I texted him, both on Discord and in our roommate chat. No one is allowed in my room when I'm not there, and especially not to raid my effing used clothing, panty, or sex drawer. He says, sorry, and immediately leaves the group chat. He then spams me on Discord and text message saying, I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. It won't happen again. I have a problem. You know, dumb, I got caught and think this is what I should say, BS. I told him, don't effing speak to me, and only text me about bills. Unfortunately, I don't have parents. My boyfriend lives with his parents, who would not be down with me living there, and none of my friends have a place I can stay. I'm stuck here. I'm also on a fixed income because grad school. So, even if I could afford the monthly rent, the deposits and such wouldn't be covered, and it took me 3 months to find this place, which was the first and only place to allow me to keep both my cats. I already bought and installed a lock, despite my apartment complex saying I can't have a lock on my door, but F them, my safety comes first. However, I can't help but feel disgusted about my things being touched. After I got home from the gym yesterday, I threw on a bathrobe and never got dressed again. Today when I woke up, I thought about going to the gym early. I paused in my underwear drawer and just couldn't bring myself to put any on. This a-hole already owes me $400, but now I don't even want to wear anything in my underwear drawer, not knowing what pair has been used by him. My friends say I should go through and catalogue as well as sterilize all of my things. I just want everything replaced, but considering the cost of some of these things, one of my bras was $600. They think it's unreasonable to ask. What? He went into your room without permission, stole these things and violated them. I'm betting if your other 60-year-old housemate was caught spraying his DNA all over this guy's pillow, he'd demand them be replaced at the very least, no matter how expensive they were. You break it, you buy it. Or, in this case, you F it, you buy it. I also want to go file a police report, but I don't even know what it would be for. Trespassing? And the second I press charges, I'm down a roommate, and his room is a bloody neckbeard nest that I'm not gonna clean. I don't even know what to do here. I'm still livid, and I still feel unsafe, even with a lock on the door. Is there anything else I can or should do? Down in the comments, OP added, I asked my friends if he should pay for these things to be replaced, and they said yes, until I told them how much my more expensive lingerie costed. Then they said, well, maybe don't ask him to pay for all of it, just because you have expensive taste. And I thought that was insane. I saved money for 3 years so that I could do my masters. I have an emergencies budget, but I don't think replacement for stuff my roommate jerked off to qualifies as an emergency. It should be covered by him or insurance, as it is clearly damaged. Update. The rest of the footage hasn't loaded. Apparently, he was jerking off after he went for the panty drawer with my effing lube. Goddamn degenerate. I'm currently calling non-emergency to see what actions can be taken and how long I can sit on this, since moving or replacing him as a roommate isn't an option. Down in the comments, someone suggested talking to a landlord. Opie responded, I don't have a landlord. I have a property management company that refuses to do any sort of work. They wouldn't even evict the tenants above me when I have them on video threatening to push me down the stairs. Another video of them threatening another tenant when they talk to their kid, or leaving half-eaten food on the stairs nearly daily, despite the fact that this building has a well-established roach problem. I had to wait 3 weeks for a washer to be replaced. I refused to pay rent for the month it was broken, which I was shocked that they had the sense to not fight me on. My landlord isn't a person. My landlord is a corporation who can't even be bothered to pay front office staff to be here on the weekend. More than likely, I'll pick up a 6-month tenancy somewhere, and my boyfriend will help me with the deposit if need be. I'm going to look at 2 places today and go over my finances to see what makes the most sense. Someone else asked, why can't you just get him evicted? OP responded, because I'm on a fixed income and my other roommate is also on a fixed income. Neither of us can afford to pay the extra $700 to $1,000 a month until we find someone. I could do it for a month, maybe 2, but he absolutely couldn't. And I couldn't foot the bill to pay $2,000 a month in just rent, utilities and internet. It isn't just a little extra. Removing the third roommate would likely be 2.5 times what I'm paying now if we can't find someone to replace him immediately. Someone suggested pressing charges, and OP said, oh, I'm pressing charges either way. I've already sent him a 5-second clip of him jerking it in my room when he said, I wasn't doing anything in your room the first time. If I can get out of the lease before him, I'd rather do that. Both of their rooms are bloody disgusting. I can't walk past them without holding my breath. And I do not want to be on the lease whenever it ends just because I know I'll be on the hook for replacing the carpeting or any other smell they're just unable to remove. When I moved in, they both closed their doors and put out air fresheners. They cleaned. 5 days after I signed my lease and I was officially moved in, they started leaving their doors open, and ever since it's been a nasal nightmare. I'll ask them to do something about it. Things will be fine for a month, and then it's back to square one. I'm tired of it, so I might as well take this as a sign to GTFO. Someone else noted, make sure to not send that video to others, as that could be a crime. OP responded and said, no, I haven't sent it to anyone other than him. I have physically shown part of the footage, him entering my room, to the leasing office, as well as him hiking up his shorts after me spamming him to get the F out of my room, but everything in between is for me and the police department to figure out. Also, I've been advised by non-emergency to not sanitize anything in case I need them for evidence, and also so they can be submitted under damages for my renter's insurance to cover them. Update 6 months later. I am alive and out of that awful apartment. I didn't want to give an update until I knew the full outcome of the story, and unfortunately, it took until just under an hour ago to get there. After a week and a half of playing phone tag to file a police report, and then sitting in a police substation for 7 hours to file a report, he was eventually arrested for criminal trespassing, a felony charge in my state. This was in April. He, or the prosecutor, were able to shove back the pre-trial hearings until today, into nearly November. Today, he pled guilty to criminal trespassing and will have 12 months of probation. Since it's a felony, he'll also lose his guns. I was able to be released from the lease, since the judge, who saw him in the morning after his arrest, issued a notice to vacate. Since I was involved in the order, I was given the option to break the lease without penalty, which I enthusiastically agreed to. I paid my other roommate utility startup fees, internet and power were in the creep's name, and utilities for the next 3 months before I left, since he had to backfill 2 roommates. I also cleaned my own room, and the creep's room before I left. Ew, why? He was stealing all sorts of stuff from me and my other roommate, mostly food, which we never gave him permission to eat, despite him literally only ever door-dashing food and making more money than me and my other roommate combined. Fun fact, for those of you who are wondering, didn't he jerk off with your stuff? Isn't that SA? Why is there a trespassing charge instead of some kind of sex crime? Well, it turns out, at least where I live, that for sex crimes, there has to be a victim. Since I was never present in the room when he committed those acts, and there was no DNA evidence left on any of my things, there was technically no victim, which means no sex crime. How are you not a victim? I'd feel pretty violated in your position. Oh, seriously, new fear unlocked. I could have pushed for that charge, but the chances of that sticking weren't good. Since the creep never posted the room I was renting on Craigslist and only posted it on a website where you had to upload a face pic to even be a user, I wanted to make sure that whatever he was arrested for stuck, so that no other woman ever had her stuff violated again. I'd completely forgotten about that whole website thing until the prosecutor's office called me. They asked how I even found the room in the first place. The only man I'll room with from now on is my partner. Yay! A happy ending! I didn't mean like that. I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.